Welcome to Wellness Quarters, where wellness lives. My name is Gayle Nowak, and I'm your host, Wellness for All expert leader and communication and emotional wellness coach. The Wellness Universe is thrilled to bring you this interview series as part of our Wellness for All program because we believe that happy, healthy, and healed humans lead to peace globally. Join us here on the second Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and the fourth Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for a 15-minute session with our members as they offer insights, practical tools, and actionable advice to enhance your well-being. This pay what you can donation-based program is supported by generous viewers like you. If you'd like to donate, you can do that now, after we're done, or anytime in the future using the link in the chat. And a special thanks to everyone who has already donated. And if you'd like to reach out to me about the show, my contact details will be in the chat as well. At the end of the show, you'll see a pop up to leave a rating and a review. We're so grateful for yours because it helps us reach more people on their wellness journey. Today, we're speaking with Megan Edge about power words for healing. Megan is a master healer, intuitive guide, and educator with more than 30 years of experience helping people reconnect with their inner wisdom. Blending ancient healing traditions with modern practices, she supports individuals in releasing old patterns, strengthening intuition, and reframing their stories for deeper clarity and transformation. Her work draws on chakras, plant medicine, nature based teachings, and empowerment so that people can live with greater confidence, balance, and purpose. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you. And thank you, Gail. I'm so happy to be here today.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. And you're speaking my language. I love this idea of power words for healing and reframing our stories. And so I'm curious, what drew you to this work originally? Was there a moment or an experience in your own life that showed you the power of language and healing?
There was a pivotal moment along my own healing journey and my exploration of wanting to understand the different ways in which we can heal different from the mainstream necessarily. So looking into more of the esoteric, more of the energetics around healing. And my husband at the time and myself had been trying to do lots of manifesting, and we bought all the books on manifesting, and we were saying all the abundance of the universe is coming to us now, and it just wasn't working. And then I picked up this incredible book called Every Word Has Power by Yvonne Oswald. And in it, I started to understand, learning her techniques, how important it is the words that we choose to describe our experiences. And when I began to switch out what I hadn't appreciated was negative, low energy, or low vibration words for high energy, high vibration, positive words, it changed my life. It changed everything about my life. And ever since then, this is one of the main tenets of the work that I do. This is what I teach people how to do, how to become conscious of the words they're using and then use their words with intention.
I love that, especially this piece around the using the words with intention. And I've found too that specificity can be a really important part of this as well. And so I know you have a process that you can walk us through. Before we get into that, though, I heard something, and I just want to ask the question: can you give a quick example of what you mean by a phrase or a word that might be a little bit lower vibe and one that how we might change that into higher vibe?
Absolutely. One of my favorite examples is what I often have heard in my lifetime. Parents say to their children, don't forget, fill in the blank. Don't forget your coat. Don't forget to put your coat on. Don't forget your lunch. Don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. What the brain does with that is it immediately forgets. If you switch that to please remember to put your coat on, please remember to grab your lunch, the brain remembers. And so the task gets done easily and smoothly without the fight that often happens between parents and children when the parent is trying to get the child to do something. A simple switch from don't forget to please remember changes the entire vibration of the request and then of the experience.
Beautiful. I love that. And I'm cringing a little bit because I know I try to remember in the affirmative, right? Friendly reminder. But yeah, I definitely have those moments where I'm telling my kids, don't forget to bring in your homework.
And the thing is, it
So
becomes
yeah.
repetitive, right? So the brain starts to look for the don't forget and anticipates it even before the command or the direction is given. But we can rewire our brains. Our brains are very plastic, they're very mobile. And so when we start to switch out for those higher vibration words, the brain begins to expect to hear those words. So there's an anticipation that begins to happen. And you can do so much with that. And the beautiful thing about it is that words are free,
Mm,
right? They're free.
yeah.
They're at our disposal. They're the words that we're taught. And we can teach ourselves new words and new ways of connecting in with the things in our lives that maybe don't feel like they're working. And simply by changing our language, we can change the way that they're working for us. It's pretty
Beautiful. I
amazing.
love that. It is amazing. And it's amazing how flexible and adaptable our brains really are. So
Absolutely.
for someone who maybe is a little stuck in an old narrative, and I think, we all can relate to that at some
Hmm.
point in our lives. What's a simple way, or what are some steps people can take to sort of interrupt that and reframe their story in a more empowering way?
Well, I would love to take us through about a 5-minute process that I have, if we've got time for that, and bring
Yeah,
people
yeah,
through
let's
it.
do it.
Okay, perfect. So this comes from a man named Colin Tippins. It's adapted by him, and I did a whole lot of training with him around the same time that I found Yvonne Oswald's book, Every Word Has Power, because they were so aligned. And it's really about the reframe. It's about looking at your life experiences from a different perspective. So I'll take us through this. Pardon me. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is take 3 breaths. First breath in, and on the exhale, let your body relax into itself. Next breath in. On the exhale, let your body sink into the chair, the sofa, wherever you happen to be. Full relaxation. On the third exhale, release any tension, worry, or expectation about this process, and then return to normal breathing. I invite you to think about a situation where you feel you have been wronged, hurt, or victimized. Simply stay in the observer role as you allow these feelings to infuse your body. Notice where your body feels these feelings, where they are being stored in your body. Who did what, and how were you emotionally hurt? Right from just the instant memory. And now I want you to assign a number between 1 and 10 to the intensity of the feelings that you have right now. First number that comes into your head. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I invite you to say yes out loud as your answer to each question, even if you do not immediately agree with or understand the question. Okay? Take a breath. This is a gentle process. First question. Are you open to the possibility that there may be a healing opportunity in this situation that has shown up? Second
Yes.
question. Okay. Can you
I'm
be
gonna I'm
open?
gonna play along as
You're going to
as
play along?
as the
Okay,
audience.
wonderful.
Yep.
You're going to be in the hot seat for me. Okay, perfect. So, second question. Can you be open to the idea that, with your permission, your higher self, soul self, or super consciousness set this up as a healing opportunity for personal growth and evolution?
Yes.
Can you be open to the possibility that you only feel upset when the person or situation resonates with you? Something that you have projected onto them, and that represents a part of a part of you that desires to be loved and accepted unconditionally.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Even if you do not know what that part of you is, are you willing to unconditionally love and accept this part of you right now in this moment? Was there a yes? I didn't hear it.
Yes, there was a yes,
Oh,
sorry.
there was. Okay, pardon me. I didn't hear you. Pardon me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it might
Next
have cut my
question.
mic might have cut out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. Even if you cannot explain why, Are you willing to believe there is a higher purpose and an opportunity in this situation, and that it wasn't done to you, but for you?
Yes.
And are you open to the idea that you called this person or situation into your life to heal something, both for yourself and others, for everyone's highest good?
Yes.
Okay. Now sit with the energy of your answers for a moment. Notice any resistance to answering yes to these questions, and breathe into the resistance with a deep inhale and exhale. Are you noticing that the feelings and emotions you had, notice the past tense, around this person or situation are subsiding, dissipating, dissolving, and that you are feeling more peaceful and accepting of the situation? Are you becoming aware that the story you told yourself is losing most or all of its charge, and that you no longer remember it with as much or any emotional pain or discomfort? Can you begin to sense the subtle or obvious shifts in energy within you, accompanied by a greater awareness, clarity, and calm in relation to the experience? We're coming to the end of our questions now. Can you feel that the story you were telling yourself and others about this previously unforgivable event has shifted, and that it no longer holds an emotional trigger for you? It is now a part of your past experience and no longer defines or controls you. Take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, sit in the energy of all that you have done and completed by answering yes to each of these questions. Feel into your body. Is there still tension? If so, that's okay. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, ask to release that which no longer serves your highest good. And you can do this release breath as many times as needed until there is no longer any charge in your body, until whatever number showed up for you between 1 and 10 is now a 0. So now I invite you to go back to the original numeric value that you gave this situation. What value do you give it now? And let it be the first number that comes into your mind as the truth. And now, slowly, deep breath in, exhale. If your eyes were closed, open your eyes slowly and gently. Look around you, connect with your environment, move your body gently, and then step back into your day. And that is the process of
Thank you
radical
for
forgiveness
sharing
within.
that. Yeah.
And
Gosh, I really want to I really want to unpack this, but we only have a couple minutes. So one thing that came up for me, I noticed that I very quickly first of all, I love that you don't give people too much time to overthink, right? And so you
yes.
just go with what your intuition is bringing up for you. And for me, it brought up something that happened a while ago that I've done work around. So it was interesting. I was like, oh, this is coming up again, but it was low level, like a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I noticed that by the end of the practice, it's like a 1, and I'm kind of laughing about it at this point.
Yeah.
So it really is very quickly brought down those little remnants for me. But for
Mm-hmm.
for someone who is maybe out of 10, how many
Yeah.
times can they go through this process? Because there may be a different level of resistance. Is that true?
Absolutely. Although, in my experience of taking people through this process, it's for many people quite immediate when they recognize that there is a meaning and a purpose to the experience. That's the reframe piece of it. Is
Yeah.
instead of thinking this was done to me, This was done for me. So where can I
Mhm.
find the value for myself in this experience? And if we were to go deeper with it, I would take you into the responsibility piece and the question of how did you participate in the events or the outcome of the events, because nothing happens without two or more people agreeing that it's going to happen on some level of awareness and some level of intuition. And when we can step into that self-responsibility piece, it really does change our relationship with the outcome, and it really changes our relationship with the story. And that's the healing piece, is that we heal the relationship we have with these stories in our lives. And when they no longer have a charge and we're no longer triggered by them, then they simply become a part of who we are. They become a part of our life experiences, but they don't define us anymore. And what's really important to notice in the way the questions are framed is how many high vibration positive words are being used to direct you into those questions and then the experiences that you're having afterwards.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what I'm taking away from this too, Megan, is that it really helps us start to move out of that defensive, taking things really personally. Not that there's anything wrong, that's just us being human, right?
Yeah.
But to help take take that charge, yes, take the charge out, but also to help us reconnect with ourselves, but also reconnect with the humanity in others as well.
Yes, excuse me. It's an empowerment piece. And the work that I do, it's for me, what's fundamental about the work that I do is helping people to see how they can empower themselves through these really very simple, straightforward techniques that are easily accessible, free, and right there in front of them if they choose to engage with them. For me, one of the most empowering things was changing my language and then beginning to see and notice how many people I had surrounded myself with who were in a very negative speak place. But of course they were, because I had been too. So that's who
Mm.
I was resonating with. But as I started to become aware of my own language, I was able to see, I was able to put out the energetic invitation of, I would like to be surrounded by people who are positively speaking and who get this. And that began a process of bringing that positivity and that enlightenment in a way into my own experiences, and then what I could bring to my clients for their experiences.
I love it. I love it. And Jean says it's like a tuning fork, and that it's so true, right? We line up with our own vibration, and we call in different scenarios for our healing and our growth and our evolution. Megan, I feel like I could talk to you about this all day long. But for those who want to learn more about you, they want to connect with you, they want to explore your work. What's the best way for them to do that?
The easiest way to learn more about the work that I do is to go to my website, which is meganedge.ca, and I'll grab that and put that into the chat. Really simple, meganedge.ca, and there you'll learn all about my world and the things that I do in my world, especially my YouTube channel, where I have over 300 videos of all manner of things, workshops that I've given, full live workshops that I've given, video trainings that I've done, insights, podcasts. There's a wealth of information there that gives you a sense of who I am and how I am in the world, and a really great way for you to see if there could be a fit. And from there, you can reach out to me through my website. You can also find me on LinkedIn at Megan Edge. You can find me at Megan Edge Healing on Facebook and Instagram. And then I do have another website, which is Beyond the Garden Gate botanicals.ca, or beyondthegardengate.ca. And that's the work that I do with nature and plant medicine and nature as medicine. So I will go grab those right now and throw them into our chat. Oh, and LinkedIn. I'm also on LinkedIn. So lots of places you can find
Great.
me.
Love that. Well, thank you for sharing time, space, and energy with us today. I did pop your website in there, but if you want to pop all your links in the chat while we close up, that would be great so people can reach out
Thank
to
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks
And thank
to
you for
everyone
having
who's
me.
joining us live today and those who are catching the replay. We'd love to see you for our next show on Tuesday, January 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We are taking a little break for the Christmas holiday. We'll be joined by Debbie Prediger on Whole Person Wellness Meets Leadership. Until then, be well, everyone. Thanks, Megan.
Thank you so much.
And we just wanted to make sure that we captured Megan's Learn It Live profile links and her Wellness Universe profile link. So those should be in the chat now. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you in January. Take care.
Thank you.